Hi guys, my name is Adisham. On this episode of Mailbox, we'll be addressing different mails from different people all over the world. My first story today is from Dublin, Sandra from Dublin. She said, "My family is toxic. My parents fight a lot. I feel pissed. My family is toxic. So much has happened over the years and I just can't take it anymore. I might have to cut my family off forever. Is this wrong of me? What do I do?" Oh, so Sandra, we hear you. From your story, you said you feel pissed. Your parents fight a lot. But what you didn't give us clarity on is we don't know if you still live with them or you don't live with them, because there are different situations entirely. Because definitely if you live with them, there's going to be a lot of ripple effect and it would affect you as well psychologically. But if you don't live with them, it's a different case entirely. So it's just a function of you trying to distance yourself. However, I mean, your family is your family. There's nothing you can do about it. Cutting them off might really not be the solution. First, you need to pray for your family, because, I mean, for any conflicts within a family, prayer is key. It's important that you speak to God in the place of prayer so that there can be intercession, there can be solution. I mean, solution is only from heaven. You can also try and speak to your parent as well. I mean, if you're matured enough to have a conversation with them, you really want to know what the reason behind all this anger and toxicity is about. I think is a way to go. So, I mean, you have to take those things one step after the other, because cutting your family off really doesn't solve it. At the end of the day, they are still your family. So it's important that you guys get to the bottom of the problem, because it's looking like most of the challenge is from your parent, because from your story you said your parents fight a lot. There must be something that is making them fight. If there are personal issues that they feel you are not supposed to know about or they don't want to discuss about, it's also important that you let them know the implication, because I mean, it's also affecting you. It's beginning to affect you now. Probably when you were younger, it wasn't a big deal, but now you've seen that this issue is beginning to affect you as well psychologically. So I don't think cutting them off is the right thing to do. First off, try to see what solution you can profile or how you can get yourself involved in the conversation. If it's looking like there's nothing you can do about it, then you can begin to keep your distance while you still pray for them and speak to them. And I pray God will help you in Jesus' name. That's my first story. Sandra, I hope I've been able to address your story. The second story is from Vanessa. Vanessa from Kumasi. Vanessa says, "My boyfriend of 7 years is not ready for marriage. I've been dating my boyfriend for 7 years. She says anytime she talks about their future together, I keep saying we need to be financially stable before marriage. Yes, we are not rich, but at least we are comfortable. I don't know whether to break up or keep going, because starting over is hard. What do I do?" Vanessa. So Vanessa, this story is a bit complicated. So there are different things that are involved. You have a boyfriend for 7 years. What have you guys been up to? 7 years is a long time, you know. And then whenever you talk about your future together, the guy talks about financials, right? You are not rich. You guys are comfortable. You don't know whether to break up or to start all over again. So to start with, you actually need to consider your age. If you feel you still have time on your side, you still have all the time, well, you might consider and listen to why he's saying what he's saying, because really there's really no relationship that doesn't need finance. Then understand the fact that it's actually not the solution, because the truth is, even if money is available and you guys are not mentally ready for this institution you're about to start, I think it would be better for you guys to just part ways, because 7 years is a long time. What have you guys been up to in the last 7 years? Now, going back to what I said initially, so take for example, if you are maybe 23 and the guy is 25, yeah, maybe you can still continue with your relationship. But if you guys are getting older, maybe you are 30 or you're 28 and he's on the same side too, I think it's important that you guys just call the relationship up, because really what else is left? If after 7 years, the guy is not convinced that he wants to spend the rest of his life with you, because money will never be enough. And there's no point in time that the money will be complete that you say, oh, okay, now it's time for us. If you have a good job and the guy also has a good job, I think you guys can just talk, have a word together and start a life. But if the guy is still insisting, maybe it's even a sign to you that the guy is not ready or is not meant for you. So you can just leave the relationship, and starting all over is not a problem. That's the truth, because it's better you start all over and you do something better that will be better for your life and for your future than stick with something that you will ever regret doing. So, and then prayer too, you know, like I always say, prayer is key. So pray about this and I'm sure God will direct you and tell you what to do. That's about it for Vanessa. My next question is Chamaka. Chamaka is from Owerri. Chamaka says, my husband wants me to stop wearing waist beads. Interesting. She says she's a new bride. But my husband and I have been having issues. I don't wear jewelries, but I wear waist bead even way before I got married, because I love them. My husband knew I wore them when we met. I never said anything. Now he wants me to stop, saying he never liked it. It is so unfair. What can I do? It's not so much of a big deal. It's just a waist bead. They are material things. I mean, there's nothing attached to it. So, so in relationship, there are things that you actually sacrifice for partners. I mean, for the sake of everybody's sanity. So probably he didn't want to hurt you because he sees that you liked it when you guys were courting. But now that you are his wife, maybe it disturbs some of his activity. You never can tell. But it's important that you also know that you guys can talk about it. It's not as serious. It's just like using leg chain. Some people that use nose ring. Some people that use... These things are accessory. For some people, most of these accessories as well, they have their interpretation. But for a waist bead is actually inside. It's not something that is external that can be seen. So the conversation is between you and your husband. You can sit him down and let him know that, oh guy, I like this for the love of it or for the fashion or for whatever reason you're using it. And I would really, if he genuinely sees that it's for the love of it, I'm sure he can come in terms with what you're saying. Just like you two. Probably is the kind of guy that sags and you don't like him sagging. If you tell him that, oh guy, I don't like this, I'm sure he would adjust. So all these things, most times, they are not issues that should get to a level of concern. There are conversations that you can sit and have. And I'm sure as you guys begin to talk about all this, there will still be bigger things that you guys want to discuss in your marriage. The kids will be there. There are a lot of things to talk about. So, waist bead is just material things. So you guys can sit down and have a word together. So that'll be all on this episode of Mailbox. I hope you've been blessed. Till next time. Thank you.